Hello everyone, welcome back to ABM 62, the Statistics Applied in Agribusiness. So the last time we had our lecture on Unit 5 about sampling and sampling distribution. So for this session, we are going to proceed with Unit 6 about confidence interval estimation. So for this unit, we have three objectives that we will try to achieve as we go along with the unit. So first is for you to be able to understand the concepts of confidence interval estimates for the mean and proportion. Second is for you to be able to value the sample size necessary to develop a confidence interval estimate for the mean or proportion, and for you to be able to construct and interpret confidence interval estimates for the mean and proportion. So we will go over with the confidence interval estimation. But before that, we have to define some terminology. First is the point estimate. So a point estimate is the value of a single sample statistic, such as a sample mean. So if you talk about point estimate, that pertains to a particular value, a value of a particular statistic. So it could be a sample mean, a sample standard deviation, a sample variance, or a sample proportion. So that is an estimated value for a particular statistic, such as the value for a sample mean. That is what we call as point estimate. Okay. So we also have, aside from the point estimate, we also have this confidence interval estimate. So a confidence interval estimate is a range of numbers called an interval. So this is constructed around a point estimate. So the confidence interval is constructed such that the probability that the interval includes the population parameter is known. So basically, diba, at the very beginning, we explained that we have to identify or to calculate for a statistic. So particularly, we calculate for a point estimate to estimate the population parameters. For example, we need to identify or we need to calculate for a sample mean for us to be able to estimate for the population mean. That is the purpose why we have to calculate for statistics. So we gather those values, or we come up or we derive those values for us to be able to say something about the population, about the parameter of the population. So we can estimate that using a point estimate. That is okay. But one way also to say something about the population parameter is we could derive for the confidence interval estimate. Again, we can use the confidence interval estimate to be able to say something about the population parameter. Sir, na naman tayo point estimate. Why we have to to have this confidence interval estimate? Okay, this is the point. Not all the time the point estimate is accurate. Not all the time the point estimate is correct. Okay? It doesn't mean all the time that the sample mean that we derive is the same with the population mean. So we are not sure all the time. But if we're going to prepare a confidence interval estimate, it has a greater chance, no? Since in confidence interval uh, we prepare a particular interval. We prepare a particular interval of values wherein we can say, or we are much more confident that the population mean or any of the population parameter is within that particular interval. Therefore, if we're going to use an interval rather than a point estimate itself, then we are more sure and we are more confident that uh, that our estimate, it includes that particular population parameter. Okay, so we are more sure, and we are more accurate that in the interval that we derive is the population parameter is within that particular interval. Okay, I hope nga nasundan. So, confidence interval for the mean when the standard deviation is known. So, at this point, I would like you to know, or for you to be aware that in creating a confidence interval, you need to identify at the very beginning if the population or the standard, the population standard deviation is known or unknown. Okay, I would like to emphasize that in the beginning you have to know whether in that particular situation or in that particular scenario, if the standard deviation is known or unknown. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to deal now is when the how to prepare a confidence interval for the mean when the standard deviation is known. Okay, we will begin with this, that the standard deviation is known. So in estimating the population mean using the information from single sample, we are going to use this formula. So uh, here in front in your screen is the formula that we are going to use in preparing a confidence interval for the mean. So we have here the sample mean plus minus the z-value of the alpha divided by 2 times the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. Okay, so don't forget that this sample mean is given, and then you're going to look for the z-value in your z-table or the standardized normal distribution table. This is alpha divided by 2 because we are assuming a normally distributed distribution, or a normal distribution wherein we have the upper tail and the lower tail. So the alpha value is being divided by 2 times, we have here the population standard deviation, and we have the n, that is the number of samples. Okay, so you have to remember this formula. So let's have this example number 1. So in serial filling example, if you can still remember in the previous chapter, in serial filling example, with 95% confidence, you develop an interval estimate of the mean given that the sample mean are the following. So this will be solved individually and separately. For letter A, the sample mean is 362.3 grams. Right? If you can still remember that the population mean in the serial filling example is 368 grams, diba? If I'm not mistaken. So B, we have 369.5 grams. C, we have 360 grams. D, we have 362.12 grams. And letter E, 373.88 grams. So here, we have 5 different samples of N is equal to 25. So we have N equals 25 taken from the population, wherein the population mean is 368 grams. And the standard deviation is 15. Okay, so we already have all the necessary information that we need. So we can now proceed preparing for the confidence interval for the mean. So sir, unsaon? So you have to use the formula given to you earlier. So let's try to have first letter A, 362.3 grams. Okay, so if we're going to solve that, so we are going to use this formula, diba? Of course, we have here the plus minus, because this symbolizes that we're going to calculate for the lower value and the upper value. Okay, let's solve first for the upper value. So we're going to use the plus sign. So here our sample mean, we have 362.3. This is given, plus plus the z value. The z value, if you can still remember that the given is we have to make a confidence interval with 95% confidence. About with 95% confidence. So, sir, where did we come up with this 1.96? If you're going to go into your z table or your standardized normal distribution table, you look for the 0.95 probability, or the 95% probability. Okay? The 95% probability. And if you can find that, tanaw na nimo to asa siya nga z value na belong, then you can find it in the z value of 1.96. 1.96. So I assume at this point, no, after several chapters, that you are already very familiar with the z table, and I assume, and you should already know how to use the z table. Okay, so for the 95% confidence, we have here the z value of 1.96. So given our standard deviation is 15 divided by the n, we have 25. So if we're going to manipulate the formula, then our upper value is 368.18. 368.18 grams. So since we now have your upper value, we can now proceed solving for the lower value of our interval. Okay, so we have here, we are going to use the minus sign. So we have here 362.3 grams minus 1.96, this is your z value, times 15 divided by the square root of 25. So after we manipulate, we do our mathematics here, our lower value is 356.42 grams. Therefore, our answer, our confidence interval is 356.42 to 368.18 grams. Therefore, our confidence interval for estimate for the mean is that the population mean is greater than or equal to 356.42 grams, but less than or equal to 368.18 grams. So this is now your confidence interval estimate for the mean. Or you can also read that in this way. 356.42 grams is less than or equal to the population mean, and the population mean is less than or equal to 368.18 grams. So that is now our confidence interval estimate for the mean. Okay, that we are confident that the population mean is within this interval. So if we are going to analyze, it is more safer to use this confidence interval rather than using point estimate. So it increases our confidence that the population parameter is within this interval. Okay, after letter A, let's solve, you in your home solve for letter B, C, D, and E. And after